let's take a look at how to graph a hyperbola. So here we're going to graph x squared over 9 minus y squared over 16 equals 1. All right, so this is in standard form, centered at the origin. And I know it's centered at the origin because I don't have any vertical or horizontal shifts in with the x or the y, okay? So we have a center at 0, 0, okay? If this was shifted, we would have seen x minus h squared and y minus k squared. That's what it's going to look like if it's shifted. I probably should have mentioned that in an earlier video, but clearly I forgot. Okay, but we don't have that here, so I'm going to get rid of that. We don't need those pieces. All right, now see how the x comes first? Because the x is first, that means we have a horizontal transverse axis. Okay. A is always related to the first number, so since we have a 9 here, a squared is 9, so a is equal to 3, and that's related to our transverse axis, okay? And then over here, we have b squared. B squared is 16, so that makes b equal to 4. All right, now I can try to figure out the slopes of the lines for the asymptotes, okay? Change in y, under the y is the 16, so the 4 goes on top. And then under the x, for change in x, under the x is a 9, so the 3 goes on the bottom. So it's related to a and b, not a squared and b squared. So those are the slopes for the asymptotes. All right. The only thing left to figure out now is going to be where are the focus points going to fall. Okay. So we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Standard Pythagorean theorem here. So c squared is equal to 9 plus 16, so c squared is 25, making c equal to 5. And we'll come back and we'll list out what the actual focus points are later on, okay? But this is for the foci. That's going to help me do my focus points. All right, let's make a grid. Now we're centered at the origin. We want to do our best to evenly space things. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 7. Okay, now I'm going a little bit bigger than what's really necessary for this particular graph, but better to go too big than too small. All right, I'm going to start by plotting my focus points. No, not my focus points, my vertices. Sorry, I keep flipping the two. All right, this is my center, so that's where I'm going to measure everything from, the origin. All right, transverse axis is horizontal. I need to go 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3. And 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3. So those are my vertices, all right? Next, I want to do my focus points, okay? So my focus points, I'm going to do them in orange, are 5 units to the left and to the right of the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a focus point. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a focus point, okay? Next up, I want to draw in my asymptotes. All right, so getting the asymptotes to show up, that's related to the b value. So I need to go from my vertex up 4. So I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, above a vertex. That'll be an important point. My asymptote will go through that, and then also down 4. Same thing on the other side. Above a vertex, go up 4, go down 4. Okay, and now I'm going to draw dashed lines that go through these 4 corners, but also through the center. All right, so here's my best go at this. You can also just use the slopes that you wrote and measure them from the center. Oh, I got a little skewed there. It's close. You don't have to create the box, but the box is a nice visual tool, especially if you're struggling with memorizing, is it A over B or B over A, okay? So you can always make this box as a tool to help you figure it out. And now you can see those little dots that I made in purple, they're just part of my dashed lines. Okay, so now the last step is to draw the actual branches. Now I need to go through my blue vertex points so that the focus points are in the middle and I'm going towards the asymptotes. So I want to be nice and curved at the vertex and go towards the asymptote. Curve at the vertex and go towards the asymptote, okay? So they kind of look like parabolas, but they're approaching these straight lines. Okay, so that's what my hyperbola is going to look like. Okay, all right, so that's example number 1. Oh, we need to write out what our actual focus points are. I said we were going to do that. We need to do that. So the foci, this one, I had nice integer numbers. So I had -5, 0, and I have +5, 0. All right. Sometimes we're going to have nice focus points. Other times they won't be quite so pretty. All right. But there's problem number 1.